That's cool. We'll have some time. Right. Hi, everyone. It's really good to have Mikey and Elan with us on the show. As usual, we have Naked Sean and Randy as well. I think it's going to be a good session. I've got no idea how long it's going to go for. I've got no idea if we're going to stick to topics. There will be a keep, carry, scrap, which might be difficult for Mikey to stick to the rules, I think, but we'll see how it goes.
Randy!
I think Elan's good at sticking to the rules, as he has his own rules for his philosophy, which we'll see soon. I put my flat cap on in honor of Mikey. So, but I mean, I'm a granddad, so that's why I wear a granddad's hat. But you know, you're a bit young for that, Mikey. So
I'm 50. How old do you have to be to get a granddad cap when you're 50?
I've got lobster socks.
I was a granddad at 50, so. Oh, nice socks! I like those. Right.
Yeah, lobster socks.
Right, that's good. So let's just have a quick look just to see who's in the chat, just as we get started. So good to have Marco here. He was first in the chat. Mrs. Naked Sean, Lynn as well. That's great. Tony, Blading Wales, fantastic. Chirk as well. So good to have Chirk.
Chirk.
Chirk. I'm still not sure.
Blue collar. Let's call him blue collar.
Yeah. Blue collar. Chirk. Who else have we got? Oh, I was briefly in the chat. And Griff, good to have you here, Griff. So that's great. We've got 17 people here, which is amazing. Yeah. So Zen Ali in there as well.
Is Zen in?
Zen's in. That's great. True budget EDC and prepping. Great to have you here. And as always, if there are people who have got channels and you want to come on this live stream, if you're mad enough to want to do that, just drop me a line.
I was forced on it. I was forced to come on.
I think we just asked you, Mikey, just to be. But yeah, there might have been a bit of arm twisting, but it's all.
It wasn't my arm.
Of course, you've already been on one live stream today, Mikey. Any more planned after this? I don't.
No. I will need to sleep at some point.
He's on all of them.
And you were the person who was keeping Paddy from being on the two crazy guys live stream that ended up being.
Did you find that? How is that my fault? You can't blame me for this.
I can't go through YouTube without Mikey turning up somewhere. That's unfair.
I can't go through pictures on my phone without pictures of you turning up.
Anyway, he's like caught in a space.
Randy sent it to me.
I blame Mikey for everything.
I blame Randy for a lot of things.
I blame you both.
It's Sean's fault. He's naked.
It's one of our faults. And if it's not us, it's Slippy. So
absolutely.
And we'll have to get Slippy on as well. So I really enjoyed the Slippy and TK's show, even if I was a bit of a jerk in the chat. And but it was
so there was two there was in the chat,
and there was
a chirp and a jerk.
I'm just a bit fussy about how things are called, and
I get it.
Anyway, that it's I think it's my issue, not theirs necessarily. But anyway, so should we do a pocket check so we can get some knives up quickly? Should we start with you, Sean, as your next in rotation round here?
Prison pocket, Sean.
Yes, prison pocket.
Oh, Jesus.
What's that? A chocolate starfish? Amazing.
How about
push on up on this large on the screen, Mark.
Hang on, let me get you into the full. Lovely.
What nice.
So look
at that.
Oh.
Look at that.
What was I thinking?
What were you thinking?
How did I not know about this? Did I miss like a sale or something? What was going on?
Yeah, you was asleep. You was talking to Paddy.
Oh, damn it!
Is that olive wood?
No, it's spalted birch.
Spalted
birch. Birch, yeah.
Yeah, birch. That's what I meant.
That's
my main carry today. With along with
classy. Oh, did you show the fireworks, Sean?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Sean, bar work.
Oh,
I'm
look at that. Look at that.
Elan, why do you sound so shocked? It used to be your knife.
Yeah, I know, but you know,
Sell it
Sean
to
was
the right.
Sean was hankering for an Ashley Harrison for so long, and I had one, and everybody else was getting one, and Sean didn't have one, so I offered it to Sean, so he could have one too. Yeah, fantastic.
Climber, big climber. And as we've altered the clocks, there's a button 4.0 light. I won't turn it on because it'll blind everybody.
You just blind everybody.
So yeah, that's me today.
That's great. Thanks, Sean. Brilliant. Randy, do you want to go next?
Sure. So as my main carry is going to be the PM3 lightweight.
Nice.
Nice. Love the bead. Love the bead as well.
I got the Randy bead from RWS Blade Works. If I can get in there.
That's cool.
Really awesome knife. And I've been carrying the Viper Raid pouch. You get the compact, the light, charger cable, some rain pads. Just a very minimalist wallet.
I really like it because you don't overstuff it because a lot of
Exactly.
people put too much in. Yeah.
You know, what's funny is it's thicker than this when I have thicker things. I have the tinker in here. I have a larger notepad. I have a larger light, but this takes up less space, like width-wise, than this. Although this has more minimal stuff in it. So
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting. But I'm also, I'm still, this is my knife of the year is the Bear
That is
Design.
nice.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
a
cool.
little bit
cool.
jealous of that.
That's nice, isn't it?
If you want to get one, I'll see if they still have one, and I'll send it to you if you want. But it's amazing.
Yeah.
Still Halloween.
That's got Randy written all over it.
Oh,
that
It
knife.
has.
Yeah.
No, it says Halloween. Can't you read it?
Maybe that's Welsh for Randy. I don't.
But that's all I have.
That's cool. Thanks, Randy.
Yeah, Randy means something very different over here, doesn't it, boys?
Very different in a good way.
Yeah.
In a very good way.
Somehow I've lost Elan.
He's still here. He's right there.
He's
Where
right in
is
front
he?
of you. He's there.
Done.
He's in the basement.
Get back in the cold.
Hang on. Let me get him. Let me get him.
You just wiped him out completely now.
No, I've got it. I
What did you
did
do to him?
I did
You're a
pick
bully.
him somehow. Let me. There we go.
Hey!
Right.
Fonz.
Jeez. It's because I've got my granddad cap on. I've suddenly gone into. old person
Okay,
mode.
we've been carrying Zippo with the butane insert in, Fiskars foldable scissors, which are fantastic actually. They're not the
Have
most
you tried
comfortable
taking
thing.
them on a plane yet, Elan?
No.
Because I'm looking for some scissors to.
Yeah, these are great though. Yeah. They're just brilliant. They're better than the Victorinox scissors.
Ooh.
You can't.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a statement and a half, isn't it?
Yeah, they actually are. They actually are. Yeah. A Kaveco Sport fountain pen, and then a little notebook which I always carry around with me. You can tell by the way the paints come off. I love this pen. Absolutely love this pen. I recommend it to anyone. Olight i3T. I'm carrying this a lot recently. The Jean-Ry Pagnon Coutellerie Morta Mini Morta.
Nice.
Yeah, that's lovely. And then today I actually carried my Slippy custom sack Yo Monsieur. So it's like supposed to look like the French flag.
Oh, the tricolour.
Yeah, and then the same there, and then it's basically a yeoman. So do you know what a yeoman is? It's got the magnifying glass, the inline Phillips,
Oh, fantastic.
the scissors, right? Then it's got the main blade, and then it's got the combination tool.
That's a great set of tools, isn't it?
Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant, and it's 3 layers, which is I really enjoy carrying a 3-layer sack. Like a climber is another absolutely excellent one as well.
Yeah. But I like that it's got the combi tools.
And on my keys, except for my car keys, I always carry my Lobster Classic SD with me everywhere on my keys, so they're always on my keys. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, which Mikey gave me.
Cool.
Thank you very much, Mikey.
He's a
You're
good
very
one,
welcome.
Mikey. Speaking of the good one, Mikey, what are you carrying today? How many knives today?
Well, I've been out on a long old walk today, and I wanted to test out my new BPS DBK design fixed blade.
I love that one.
Oh,
So
okay.
this I got
Nice.
in the week straight
Very
from
nice.
the Ukraine. It was reduced from $52 to $29. And it comes with a nice leather sheath and a fire steel. I got this and a leather sheath for a separate knife, and it comes to £42 postage. So
Well,
Wow.
that's a bargain.
Wow.
So I've been like trying that out. It's really good. It's 1066 carbon steel, wooden handle, brass pin. Really good knife so far. So I was carrying that today. I was carrying my old 90s Buck 110,
Yeah. Classic.
which has got lots of patina on it now, and is getting a bit tired, but it's still a great knife.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
In the old school sort of brand pouch as well. And I was carrying Paddy's Shing as well in Magna Cut with a lovely bone.
Did you manage
Stag.
to do
Mikey,
any
what's it
trying
like?
with it, Mikey?
Like the buttoning.
Do you know what? It was all right until the blade bent.
It's all like
And-
this.
Oh yeah. It was a bit of a struggle to get that squirrel then, wasn't it?
Well, then I had to glue on this scale again because all the pins popped out. But other than that, it's been fine.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I think
You-
the
you only
good thing
dropped
is
it 10
Paddy probably
times.
doesn't watch this, so I think he won't know until.
I had my 1974 Zippo,
Cool.
which came from a certain young man who's wearing a very similar shirt to me on the show tonight. Thank you very much for that, Sean.
You are.
And I think that was about it for today, carry wise.
That's quite light for you, Mikey, isn't it? Is it because it's not a work day? Is that?
There was some in my backpack, and and it's not a work day. Yeah, it was more sort of outdoor knives, and I actually didn't have a sack on me today, which was odd.
You got the buckets of knives still, right?
Sorry, got the buck in there. Yeah, got the buck in there.
Gotta be at least a couple buckets of knives.
Well, you know, there was
Every
a
year-
few.
I'm sure I saw more knives in there.
Yeah, I was just. I mean, I was comparing some like, other fixed blades to that BPS knife. So I had a Mora Cans bowl. I don't know if you've
Oh, that's a fantastic one.
seen the Cans bowl. It's my favourite Mora.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I haven't. I
Oh,
haven't seen that one.
Different
That's-
grinds on it. It's an awesome knife, and I was carrying a real steel bushcrafter in D2 steel.
I like that one.
These are really good value. These come with different sets of scales and stuff, and like spare screws and that as well. So, but that was just to do a comparison to the BPS knife. To be fair, so yeah.
That's cool. Thanks, Mikey. Right, I just do mine quickly because the trouble is because I'm doing this October challenge, my carry isn't changing, so it's really boring. But so I've got the i3T EOS. I've got the Taylor's Eyewitness sheep's foot, which the nice thing about carrying this every day though is I do get to use it, so I do get to know it a bit better. I've had to sharpen it a couple of times as well. I've got the Open on my keyring. I've got the Classic SD ALOX and the i3E EOS, and then I've just been charging up my my headlamp, which is a Nebo Micro, which is great for this time of year. We're doing a walk tomorrow, but I don't think we'll be out long enough to for it to get dark. But let's just get back to this.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go on.
I just want to say, doing the one knife carry challenge really made me appreciate having this knife.
Because you had three blades.
Buck 301. I used different blades for everything, and I really did enjoy carrying this. This would be, if I only had a couple knives, this would be one of the. So definitely worth getting, I guess, intimate with your knife.
Yeah.
Know it.
Yeah.
I'll
Maybe
carry
not taking it to bed, but accidents
Yeah.
can happen.
Prison
Put it
pocket.
under the put a Opinel under the pillow. To the knife fairy turns it into a Chris Reeves Benza.
We can
It's just
always
so
win.
happens.
Oh my god! It actually did happen.
Yep. As soon as you said it, this just appeared straight into my hand.
Yeah. Put it
I'm glad I got the Chris Reeves and not Sean's knife.
Oh no, he's going to put it under the pillow tonight, and then he'll have
Where's the surprising one?
A quick look in the chat. So I see we've got who have we got? We've got, oh geez, the chat's been moving quick. We've got Kathleen, which is great. We have
Hi, Kathleen.
Baxter's Blades, which is great.
Tag.
TK, brilliant, great to have you here.
Hello, John.
And
John.
I'm not as good at doing
Mrs.
this as
C.
TK. Mrs. C. Did I not? Yeah, Mrs. C.
We've got Tony's
Oh
Tony's
yes,
as
Mrs.
well.
C. Hello, Mrs.
Griff's
C.
in there.
Tony's here. Griff and
Marco.
say hello to Han for me. No, I think he's moved on from Han Solo to the
Fonz.
captain of Das Boot.
That's what.
It's definitely got that sort of Submariners polo shirt look going on.
Yeah.
Is it cold in Anglesey this time of year already?
Well, yeah, it is kind of. Yeah. Well, it's an island, so.
Mrs. C is glad you said her name, which is great.
Do you want me to say your real name, Mrs. C?
Ooh. We have NFK20 as well.
Oh, look at that.
And Booger McGee. Excellent. Booger McGee,
Hello, Booger McGee.
NCIS agent, got a reg tool Kool-Aid.
NCIS agent, yeah.
TK is already onto the prison pockets, so that's...
I think he's nuclear powered now.
So, as we've gone through our knives, shall we go through beverages as well? So, Sean, what beverage have you got today? Let me just get you up on the magnified view.
Well, this one's in honor of
I'm feeling a bit desperate today, actually.
Why won't you come to your senses?
I think we all are.
You've been out riding fences
I think you need to get a guitar down, Mikey, and lead us.
for so long now. Oh, you're a wild one.
That's cool. Thanks, Sean. And Randy, what have you got today?
So I got a kilt lifter. It's a it's an amber ale
Randy has that effect on people, to be fair to him.
made by Four Peaks and here in Arizona.
So kilt lifters made in Arizona.
Yeah.
Do you
Marvelous.
get many people wearing the kilt in Arizona?
Here's our.
There's probably more Scottish people in Arizona than in Scotland because
We have a Celtic festival every year here.
Wow.
Oh, cool.
There's plenty of men in skirts and.
No, you can't say that. It's a kilt. It's not a skirt.
But this is.
You, Jimmy.
They make great.
sound like a rock.
Excellent.
But that's what I'm drinking. a nice dark beer
Good
in my
stuff.
beverage cup.
Mountain Dew, is it? Yeah.
Hidden in the Mountain Dew, yeah.
Just to throw people off.
Excellent. And Elan, what beverage do you have?
Ginger ale.
Jack Daniels.
No, ginger ale. In my Randy's WSG mug.
Of course.
Yay, look at that.
It's
I need to.
the best way to drink it. And Mikey, what have you got?
I've got a ginger beer, but I've also got a wee dram of some nice single malt as well.
Oh,
That's
nice.
In
He
my
sourced that. He
in
sourced
my
that
black-
from me, by the way.
in my Black Crow's little hip flask. So cheers, boys.
Cheers. I brought a hip flask to the meetup, and then I forgot to get it out because we'd had a few beers by the time.
Here's Mikey.
By the time I remembered.
Well, that's-
And then let's get us back to this. And then my one is a really dark beer. It's a coffee stout. So it's
Those are
quite
great.
nice actually. It's going down very well. It's 5.2%, so not too strong. And anyway, cheers everyone. So good health, and let's hope you enjoy the live. And
Yes,
cheers
that.
to everybody in the chat. So so the sort of the topic
Yucky
for this was the yucky duck. Was the
Thank you, Sean.
philosophy of knife collecting, and I've only recently come out and admitted to actually collecting knives. My sons say that I collect knives. I've never really thought of myself as a knife collector, but I've ended up with 30 to 40 knives now, so I probably can't be in denial anymore. I've probably got more than Elan. Is it
Mikey's just downing that flask. Whatever.
It's quite warming.
It is. I do like a single malt, and so collecting philosophies. As Mikey and Elan are our guests, can we sort of start? Who wants to start and tell us a little bit about their philosophy?
I don't mind starting.
Okay.
Go on then, Mikey. You go first. Yeah.
To be fair, I've only really started to, probably for like 30 years, all of the knives that I had were all working knives or camping knives. They were all used, all of them. Even my dad's old army knife and stuff, they all got used. Then a couple of years ago, when I started to watch Paddy's channel and a few of the other channels, because it started to grow on me, I started to buy 1 or 2 more, and then 3 or 4 more, and there was no real sort of road to it. It was just various knives. I was always on modern knives, really. And then last year at Sharp Show, obviously when I met you, Mark, and Sean, I got into traditional knives, and that's been kind of my past year or so. There's been much more going down that like kind of route. And then obviously there's been a few customs now, mainly Ashley Harrison's and stuff. There's been a couple of French knives. So I've gone much more down the traditional route and slip joint route, really. And I've been buying less moderns, but there are still some moderns that I really like. So I've still picked up 1 or 2 of them. Yeah.
So how long have you actually been sort of collecting? You know, like a proper collector, then, Mikey? Is it just a couple of years, or?
I don't see myself as a proper collector. I see someone like Talon, you know, who knows all about his case knives and he can date them all and he knows all about them. I see him as more of a collector, or someone like Tom at Knife Delights. Me, I just kind of buy what I like, and I tend to use most of them. There's very few that are like draw queens. So mine's a kind of it's a mishmash, really. So I don't really see myself as a collector, although I do have a lot of knives. I try to use as many as possible, really.
And have we got an estimate of how many you have then, Mikey?
Well, no. What 10 boxes. What does that work out to? I don't know.
300, 400, 500?
I'd say between 400 and 500.
Not enough is the answer.
It's never enough. I think that's the best point.
Although I've been selling quite a few doubles and stuff and bits and pieces recently, so I can raise a nice fund for Sharp Show.
Yeah, Mikey has one of the best collections in the entire community. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's very understood. And so, what do you think the proportion is of moderns versus sort of traditionals?
I think it's very close now. I think it's probably about 50-50.
Oh wow!
Yeah, because
so you've been busy this year then.
My traditional started off with 3 case knives, and my first Arthur Wright was the Twisted Assisted Mark 1. And now I would say between case, Arthur Wright, and a few odd ones, there's some GECs in there now as well. There's a lot more. There's a lot of traditionals because they're legal carry, you know. So that's really nice.
Yeah, that's cool. And so when did you get your first Arthur Wright then? Was that fairly recently?
I think it was. I'm trying to work out the timeline. Probably just before Sharp Show. I think they were launched then. Thinking that when did I send you one, Randy? Was that last year?
It was last year, yeah.
Yeah, so I would say probably just over a year ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
I sort of assumed you had been collecting those for a long time as you sort of lived in Sheffield and.
No. I've lived up here for 18 years now, I think it is, on and off. And I've got my first. I mean, I had some of the army class knives and stuff that were made in like Sheffield and stuff. But my first proper sort of pen knives and Barlows, because I was never a Barlow fan. I just wasn't keen on them. And then I bought one, and because Paddy and all of the other channels were into Barlow, so I bought one, and I thought I can see why people like these. And then I found about like the custom ones that are done, and then all the file work on the back, and then the Tailor's Eyewitness. I've been doing work for Tailor's Eyewitness for 7 years, and I didn't really know much about their knives.
Oh, that's cool. No, I think it's really cool. So, sorry, I was sounding like I was grilling you then, or maybe I was, but it was just really interesting to see your sort of focus shift. And
it has shifted a lot, but I've still got the love of my modern knives and my fixed blades because they do get used a lot. But the traditional patterns, I think they just offer more to the eye. They're like, they are really pretty. All the different the designs and patterns, of which there's hundreds of them. And then of course you've got all the different bone dyeing and all the different woods and stuff. It's amazing.
They're tried and tested, aren't they, over hundreds of years? And people who use them much harder than us use them. And they
work, don't they?
Yeah, they work. They've stood the test of time.
Very much so.
Elan, thanks, Mikey. Elan, tell us about your sort of collecting philosophy then.
Well, I mainly carried the Ambassador, the Victorinox Ambassador, since I was 6. Basically, I was given one by my granddad because he would get one through work with the Works logo on it, and then I wore the blade down twice, so I got a third one, and then it got confiscated. Well, not confiscated, but it got picked up in France back in 2012, 2013. I got it back, but it just got picked up, so I stopped carrying it then. And then around maybe 2016, I was getting more into like bushcraft, more woodwork, basically, like making whistles, making bows and arrows and stuff, and trying to show my younger siblings the stuff that my granddad had taught me, and so I had a Mora then, and then I didn't really buy anything else or carry a knife until maybe 2019, so the beginning of 2019, I think, because I was just getting fed up of not having one. I was so used to having scissors and I just open things. It's just handy, because people would turn to me and ask me, "Oh, do you have a little knife for me to open this box, or do you have it to cut this tag off clothing?" Or it's always something like that. You know, somebody doesn't have a sharp knife when they're eating a steak in Wenders or something. You know, so you have to give them that sort of thing. And I just started carrying. I think the Opinel was the first thing I bought. Actually, it was an Opinel, and then I didn't realize you could have like the modern locking knives in the UK. I didn't realize they were legal until I looked up the law. I never knew that carrying a knife was illegal. Actually, I didn't think anything about it because all the like sort of men in my life sort of carried one. Always carried like a pocket knife, like a folding pocket knife of some sort.
Yeah.
And I just I picked up Victorinox Climber and carried up an for ages. And then the next knife I picked up was the Buck 110.
Yes.
Because I wanted to try a Buck 110 and I thought it would work well with me in the woods because I could fold it as well. So I could carry it in the belt sheath and it wouldn't look like a knife when I was walking. It wouldn't scare people, basically.
Yeah.
But I could still use it for that sort of stuff. And then I just sort of around my birthday last year, I bought myself a Michael May, and then it quickly became my favorite knife. I don't actually have it with me now. I have something similar, which is done by Michael May, another barrel by Michael May, but it became quickly my favorite knife to carry. Absolute favorite knife to carry, and it's my most carried knife to this day, I think. Yeah. And it's got loads of patina on it by now, but I just fell in love with traditional knives because of that. That's how I fell into traditional knives, and then I got an Arthur Wright for Christmas, but not for myself. I bought one for my granddad, like a Stag Senator with the card back springs. I bought that for my granddad for Christmas, nice. And I've been after traditional knives ever since, and then I bought a non-Tronez, which I don't have with me either, which is a traditional French pattern I've showed plenty of times. It's a really old friction folder, probably over 600 years old pattern.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it's still being made in the same town. And then that town made the blade tonight, Joan of Arc. And that's sort of, so they specifically made the blade for, because Joan of Arc went to the battle and she didn't carry any weapons. Right. Famously known, she would just be on a white horse, and she just believed that God was on her side. So she would just stroll into battle, and people just feared her because people generally feared her because nothing would happen to her. So the myth built and built, and then she got knighted. She died eventually in battle, but and she got knighted. A specific knife was made in non-Tron, but they've been making knives in non-Tronez since the Iron Age, so the Celtic period. That's why they've got a druidic symbol on the knife. But I've got notes here with my philosophy. Do you want me to talk about them? Yeah. So I have an all-light exploit, which is a great piece of kit, actually. And then there's slots at the front and then slots at the back. But I only use the slots at the back. I only count them as for my knives. So I can only have a total of 20 knives, and then I can never go over that. But there's a couple of rules where I can go over it. And I'll speak about those in a minute. So my buck went flying. Right. It's okay, it's a buck. Right, so I've written notes here. Look at this.
So did you have those written down before Elan, or were they just memorized?
Yeah, I have them written down on the notes on my phone. So it's just idea. Like I just keep adding to them anyway. I write little notes down on my notepad, all sorts of like silly things. They can be anything. They have all of your birthdays on it on this one, I think, somewhere in one of the pages.
Yeah.
So I have a set amount of knives that I can't go over, which was in the Olight tool roll exploit. If I haven't picked up a knife for a few months, it's already in the sell pile on my head. So any knives I've sold or passed on, I actually haven't used for a few months. The knives have attracted me more, or I'm not carrying them, or just something. I could have enjoyed the knife for quite a long period of time.
Go back to Mikey.
You've been demoted, Mikey.
Mikey, there we go.
And I could have, so I do carry every one of my knives. I have a rule of no safe queens, but I don't heavily use all of them the same. Some are more heavily used than others. So by sticking to these rules in my collection always improves because I have to sell a set number of knives so I can fund the purchase for the next one. So my collection is actually smaller than it was at the beginning of the year. I've actually sold more knives than I've bought, but the quality of my collection has gone up because I sell 2 or 3 knives to buy the next one. So say I get 80 to £100 for each knife I sell. I could then get maybe a really special grail for me that might cost between £200 and £300, for example.
Yeah.
But it hasn't cost me any extra out of my pockets, really.
Okay.
That's the idea. I have to feel a connection to the person or people who made the knife or the story, history behind it, its philosophy. So that could be anything. That could even deal with modern. Say I really enjoy Jens Anzo's designs, for example, and his design philosophy or something. I could have one of those because I really enjoy his ideology of the designs he makes and that sort of thing. Right. I have sold or given away more knives than I have bought this year, basically. I've already said that, haven't I? I have exceptions to that rule. The only exceptions are gifts from people or sacks. So with sacks, I never keep them in there. My sacks are just in random pockets in jacket coats and jeans, and I find them and find that I've accidentally put them all in the wash every now and again. But I have 6 Victorinox knives, and 4 of them were gifts. So I actually only really have 2 that I've bought and that I use for myself, and that's the Climber Super Tinker. I don't buy old vintage and antique knives, even though I love them. So I really do love vintage and antique knives, but I prefer to support people who are current cutlers or friends funding their next purchase. So if I buy something that isn't from a cutler, it will be from somebody like Sean or Mikey or Andy or yourself. I'm supporting you then you can get your next grail or purchase or something for Sharp Show. If you're slippy. If I can't afford it, I don't get it. That's all. I don't get it. Any knife. If I can't afford it, or if I feel like I'm eating into any other sort of food budget, you don't get into debt for anything. If you can't afford it, you've got to wait. That's it. Yeah. And if something has stayed, so if a knife, for example, has stayed in the back of my mind for 6 to 12 months, that's normally a good idea. So I'll start saving up to buy that knife then. So I know it's been in my mind. So because we're always like advertise new knives because we're watching all these channels and we go, oh god, he's got a good knife. Oh, he's got a nice one. He's got a nice one. And you fancy all of them. But not all of them stay in your mind maybe a month or 2 afterwards. So that's my way of coping with fear of missing out on something. Yeah. That's my idea, really. Another technique for fear of missing out is hunting knives that other people aren't showing. That really helps as well. Because you can get into a trap where you buy a manufacturer brings out a new model every month, or every 2 models every month or something, and then you've actually realized you've just spent quite a lot of money after 2 or 3 months just on 6 knives. Oh yeah, I can't wait to have that in my hands. Yeah, but yeah, Randy's going to cut himself off.
Thanks
So
for
he can
showing a
keep it.
knife, Randy, as well, because we were having a long pause without seeing any knives. So,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Oh, I can show examples.
Yeah, please do, Elan, because
So
you've been
this is a
talking
Michael.
about some great knives.
Yeah, so this is a Michael May. My most recent
Let me put
one.
it back to big. I will.
So this is my I waited 3 months for this to be made. So it's got Damascus steel, Bocote wood, double brass bolstered, filed back springs, filed along the blade, and it is absolutely perfect. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Because I don't
knife.
always like Damascus, but it really suits that knife.
I picked it on
everything it's
purpose
with.
because it goes with Bocote really well, and I just wanted something. I just wanted a knife that was a little bit maybe more fancy that I could carry for a special occasion or something. Carry for special occasions. But I'll end up carrying that anyway because I just love it. I'll end up carrying that all the time. Another one is obviously knife gifts from friends, for example, like this one from Randy. It's a Victorinox with the serrated blade, 84mm. It's like a recruit, but with a serrated blade. 84mm recruit with a serrated blade. This one, which this was I consider this half a gift really, because Randy helped me source it, and it really means a lot to me. That this came all the way from Arizona.
Wow.
Yeah, a Stockman, a Case Stockman Tractor Supply exclusive, and the Stockman is a fantastic pattern, absolutely fantastic
Tractor
pattern.
Supply.
Tractor Supply, yeah.
Ah, yeah.
So it's got the barn board shield instead
Right.
of a case shield, yeah, and it's olive green jigged bone, I think.
That's
Yeah.
a nice colour.
Yeah,
Just a quick note. I just noticed in the chat that, and real apologies to people in the chat. I end up listening to the people on the show, so I don't look in the chat. But yeah. Hope you're okay, Kaylin. Yeah. And
I'm sorry to hear that, Kaylin.
Yeah. So take care of yourself.
Yeah, and then I just went down a French rabbit hole, didn't I?
Yeah. Are you still down that rabbit hole?
Yeah, I've actually realised that I just love old European patterns. I can't remember. There's a Hungarian pattern that I really love that I want to try. By selling knives as well, often I can try more things.
Yeah.
So I can get more knives through my hands, and that's something that I really enjoy. Like I can at least experience it then, and then I can decide if it's for me or not for me or whatever. But yeah, it's just wonderful.
Zen wanted to see that first knife again, which I think you just showed us, didn't you?
This one.
Michael
May.
Is it that one? Was that the first one you showed? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a beauty.
I think
this is
the French one, wasn't it?
right at the beginning. I've just showed the French one again as well.
That's the one you just showed again. That's
yeah.
Right. So we've got that.
Yeah, but yeah, I just that's what I've fallen into. I've fallen into this rabbit hole of French knives currently, but I also really love any European old knives. So I have sort of a list of knives that I fancy, and I have Spanish knives, Italian knives, Hungarian knives, Bulgarian, Polish, Austrian. There's a Swedish, German, French, English knives. There's all sorts of stuff, but yeah, there's all sorts of stuff that I found that I really enjoy, and they're all like UK legal. So I've just decided to focus on UK legal because I can just carry something and not worry about it. And I think slip joint is actually my favorite mechanism, actually.
Yeah.
Or on knives, slip joint is my favorite mechanism. Yeah.
Have you found it difficult with, because I've noticed that a lot of the French knives are quite long. So have
Yes.
you found it difficult getting them in a UK legal size?
Well, I found plenty. I found maybe over 15 of them, so it's not really that much of a struggle. It's just it's if you look at with French knives, they specify, they don't actually specify blade length. They specify the manche, which is like the handle, and then long de lame, which is the blade length. They would say that, but it's actually the total length. So they normally do total length and then the handle length.
Yeah.
So you have to deduct things, and then you have to work out really sometimes with maybe how long that ricasso is, for example. So on some patterns it's a lot longer. Sometimes they actually don't put the correct measurements down, and I've emailed a lot of people who have actually helped me a lot. Actually, I've emailed shops that are selling like little mom and pop shops in like different cities and different towns across France, and I email them going, "What do you have that fits this criteria? What do you have that fits?" And they all answer back to me and go, "Oh, we've got this, and they're incredibly helpful, and they've taught me onto new knives as well that I didn't know about, and new makers I didn't know about, and yeah, so I do a lot of research. But yeah, for example, this one, the Mini Morta, this is the mini. They have the standard and they have the large.
Okay.
So they have it in 3 sizes, but this is the one that's UK legal. This is Mini Morta. So the blade on this is 7.4 centimeters. Exactly, like from the actual handle to the tip of the blade.
Yeah.
But yeah, but they do it now because they have recognised that people from other jurisdictions in Europe are having laws put in place that are as prohibitive as ours, for example.
Yes. Yeah.
A 3-inch law, and so they're slowly starting to make them because they realise they're more popular. But often they're sold as sometimes you'll find them sold as a child's pocket knife or for a lady.
For a ladies knife.
Yeah, for a lady, it's perfect to fit in a lady's handbag. That'll be on the advert or something. But
I like that.
Yeah, I find that quite funny. But yeah, that's what I love, really. I just love. I've fallen in love with handmade stuff, basically from everywhere. I like the American style of knives are fantastic. Everything. I like everything, basically, like the handmade, something with age, tradition, and that's what I've fallen in love with. That's what I enjoy carrying. It's sort of, yeah, I've said before, I'm proud to carry those knives. I'm proud to know who made them, and actually, sometimes I just look down at the knife and go, oh, yeah, that's a nice knife, and then I use it. Like it just makes me stop to look at admire the craftsmanship and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it sounds like your collection is a bit like the Old Grey Whistle Test or some sort of late night 6 music program, very eclectic mix of things.
Yeah.
Mike is a bit more Radio 2 maybe, a bit, but a lot of it is
Mikey's like Radio 1 with Jungle in the 90s.
I'm more like Jimmy Young show.
Oh, I feel more like Jimmy Young, I think.
No, I really love Mikey's collection. I think it's fantastic. I really like his take on modern knives because I only have 2 modern knives. But if I was going to ask anyone, I fancy Spyderco or a Kaiser or something, Mikey's the best person to ask for advice on that, because he would go, no, don't get a Benchmade, get the drop bear. Or he would say something like that. It's equally as good, a little bit cheaper.
I'm just going to put.
What was Randy's doing?
Randy's got a knife. What have you got, Randy?
I got this for Elan. It has wood.
A
And
belt cutter.
I guess you call that carbon fiber. Damascus. There you go.
Hey.
Modern knife. Ball double detent. There's your modern knife.
That's cool, Randy. And Randy, what's your up? So you've been collecting for a while. So what's been your sort of philosophy for collecting?
Well, I have to go agree with them about Patty's the one that kind of really got me into it. But I've been prepping, so I had several pocket knives, had several fixed blades, neck, and I started making videos again. Then I saw Patty, and I just loved his passion. Started watching his videos, and I started getting more knives. And I don't want to say hoarder, but I'm a collector.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of fossils up on top of my desk, all over there. I had a bunch of books. I collected Funko Pops, and for a while I was collecting coins. And then when I started getting my neuropathy, I stopped kind of collecting for a little bit.
Yeah.
And the coin prices jumped up, but that's when I discovered Patty, and I really started liking knives. So I was able to sell some of my coins, buy more knives, and it just kind of blew up from there.
Yeah.
And I also agree with Elan. I don't like having safe queens. I have a few that I will never use. I haven't like that Trade IXL Stockman. I have a couple that I will lightly use, like my that really pretty Dicrolum mini trapper. I'll use it, but very lightly.
Yeah.
But I really don't like having safe queens. That's why I gave away a lot of my nice knives. That's why.
Yeah, you gave me quite a lot of knives to bring back to the UK, didn't you?
Well,
You did. I've still got mine, of course. I'll never give that away.
it was
Yeah.
nice. I think the best one out of the lot, just quality wise, is probably the peanut I gave Mikey. It was a bare end peanut.
That's lovely. Yeah, I love that knife.
I gave one to Retro Stu, that was a mini canoe, and it was beautiful. It had the barbed wire jigging, scrolled bolsters, and then I friggin' dropped it on the car.
Oh.
It's right out of the box.
So where do you see your sort of collecting going? Are you focusing on any in particular, Randy?
Not brand, but I don't. There's brands I want. I don't want a Jack Wolf knife. I don't want
Sheffield
for sure. Yeah,
You have a fantastic Arthur Wright
You've got a
collection.
nice Sheffield collection coming along.
I got about like 15 or 16 right now.
Yeah.
But as far as American knives, I wouldn't mind having more Bear and Son knives. They're great. I'm not really a fan of the modern case knives. Even there, when like, if the quality issues aside, if you look back at a 2000 barn board jigging, it looks like barn board. It looks like wood.
Yeah.
Modern ones, it just lines back and forth. Like, so they don't even care about their jigging anymore. If they just kind of. So I'm kind of like, unless it's a really special and I can see in hand, I'm not going to get any more cases.
Yeah.
Unless you do like a second like Rosecraft does. And the same thing with Rosecraft. Rosecraft, their prices keep going up. I can't afford it. Their seconds, though, Mikey just got me the Beaver Creek Barlow.
Yeah.
And fantastic knife. There's nothing wrong. There's a little blemish on it. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think we're going to see their knives under £50 or
oh no, yeah, they're
dollars again. I think
quality control is horrible.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't even.
Yeah, but then you're good at finding them in thrift shops.
Like
shops and flea markets.
That knife again, Elan. I think I got it for like $5 or $10. I got one of the Marlboro. I can't remember what this was, but a Marlboro knife. This was $10. I found this one. This is really cool. This is the Tinker Small.
Oh yeah.
And it's really it's an older one from like the 70s or 80s, like late 70s, early 80s. And I got this for $5. I guess they go for like about 100 pounds though. Or I can't remember what model this is, but it was new in box, $10.
Oh, wasn't that the Huntsman? Didn't you get two of them?
It looks like a Huntsman, yeah?
It might be.
Yeah.
What was
Oh,
the one that you sent to Judd? That was quite rare, wasn't it? With the did it have the space shuttle?
Yeah, 10 or $15.
Yeah, amazing.
Oh, that's
I,
cool.
Nice. I found Benchmade for $5.
I think you have a good eye for this, Randy. I think you should set up an eBay shop, and you could be.
Oh, I hate selling stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Just gotta go. If you're a thrift shop, go there right when they open. I've gotten tools, Snap-on tools. I found an old 1947 cattle knife for $1. It was a box of tools. And actually, I found a level. It was like a 12-inch level.
Yeah.
From the 1880s or 1890s. Wow. Cast iron. It was a cast iron level.
Yeah.
Still great condition.
Yeah.
Just tons. You can find so much cool stuff at thrift shops.
Yeah.
Not just knives, but you will find knives. But I have over here. I have an old tube radio, and it still works great. I love it. I love the way it sounds. It has a little like a glowing eyeball type of thing. It's called I can't remember what it's called, but a tube eye or something like that. And it has a little green light that kind of it turns to a circle or like spreads out to depending on your signal.
Oh wow!
I find so many cool tools.
Is it like a Nixie tube?
Yeah, Nixie. Well, no. It's like a Nixie tube. It just has a plasma. But I want to find a Nixie tube clock. Yeah. A Nixie clock. I'd love it.
Yeah.
Cool. No, it's
yeah.
It has a green eye where it's like you have a triangle, and then close to a radio signal, it opens up.
Yeah.
But it has multiple ones all around, so you have 4, and it'll become a solid green eye. And it's so cool. I found a cathedral, like 1920s, 30s radio for like $10. I got it for $10. It plugged in, powered on, but it replacement $40. But
yeah.
But you can find so many cool things.
I think TK is the expert in old electronics, isn't it? I think that was something he used to do.
But you can, you really, if you just go there early, you look around, swap meets, antique shops, and thrift stores, you will find many cool things. Yeah. I have a heater, an old wood.
I just realised I don't think I said hi to Nigel, so thanks for tuning in.
Nigel.
Great to have you here. And Stuart McRae, he's another.
Hi, Nigel.
So does Stuart live near you?
No, Stuart lives in Bangor in Northern Ireland.
Okay, right. Oh, that's right, because he lives near Paddy.
He lives near Paddy and Judd, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Just real quick, Goodwill, they're a really big thrift store chain. They are not good to shop at because the high-end stuff like jewelry, knives, they don't sell. So it's more like the St. Vincent, Cedar Closet, the smaller one-off stores, smaller chains are the better ones to go to. Goodwill, it's terrible. Their prices are too high. Although I did find a Bart Simpson cake pan at Goodwill.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Right, let's go over to Sean because Sean's been sitting there. Thanks, Randy.
Yeah.
Sean's been sitting there really patient. Sean, can you is Sean? He's sitting very still.
He's naked. Put your clothes on, Sean.
Are you there, Sean? So, Sean, show us a knife and tell us about your collecting philosophy.
Well, I haven't really got one. Or I've been, funny enough, I was talking to Tony, lady in Wales, about this earlier. And I like Mikey said, I don't really consider myself a collector, although I do have, you know, quite a few knives. And I really started out buying knives that I just saw a knife that I liked, so I bought it. And that's kind of how it's been for me over a number of years, really. Well, I don't know whether I'm lagging a bit, am I? Is there a delay? Can you hear me?
No, it's okay. It's okay.
You're fine, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been just kind of drifting along, buying various knives as and when I've seen them, and you know, I've taken my fancy. And I guess over the last 6 months or so, I feel like I've hit a bit of a hiatus, really, in terms of where I want to go with what I'm buying. And it's been a bit of a strange time. You know, last year I seemed to be buying quite a lot of knives, and then this year, early part of the year, I was buying quite a few, and then I just see it seems to have tapered off a bit, and I'm just kind of feel like I'm looking for a bit of a direction that I want to pursue. I'm not quite sure what it is.
Yeah.
Kind of drawn towards more sort of Ashley type knives. They're sort of more custom made, but at a kind of reasonable price as opposed to some of the expensive customs you can get. There's still a lot of production knives I'd like to pick up, but I'm trying to kind of rein myself in a little bit and find a bit more direction as to where I want to go, and I'm still working that out, I think.
Yeah. Do you have a plan for Sharp Show? You know, that's next Saturday. It's coming up really
It's
fast.
less than a week.
Yes. There's one more paddies to go. No Slippy and Thrifties left.
Yeah.
So Sean, what's your if you haven't quite got your philosophy, have you got a strategy or a plan for Sharp Show?
To be honest, I'm going with an open mind, and I'm really going to meet the guys. I think that's the main drive for going. I mean, obviously, I'm sure I'll pick some knives up, but I haven't kind of targeted anything specific. It really is just about getting together and having a meet-up for me, and seeing what's there on the day.
Okay, right. Can you show us a knife though, Sean? Because you always have some really cool knives tucked away within reach. Have you got something to show us today?
So, what sort of thing do you want to see? Do you want to see something old?
Oh, anything.
Yeah.
Something new, something borrowed, something blue.
So this is a nice old Joseph Allen.
That's beautiful.
That is cracking, isn't
Admiral
it?
3 Putnam.
I mean, to be honest,
It's a beast of a knife. This is.
It's a big old boy, that, isn't it? It's big.
Yeah. I like that a lot.
Just listen. And it's got a hell of a marlin spike on it as well. If I can get my fingers
they have
around
the
it.
really big spikes. I've got one from the Boer War, and it's one hell of a beast.
Can't get hold of the bloody thing. Hang on.
Usually don't struggle with that, Sean.
Yeah, I know.
Getting hold of things.
Look at that.
Look at the girth on that one.
Yeah,
if you look
that's
at the
brilliant.
bail, Look at the detail on the veil there.
Yeah. I always say,
Proper
if you're going to
veil.
have one, have a big one.
That's got a hell of a snap.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's a chunky boy, isn't it?
And also, where are they? A couple here that are quite unusual.
What is that?
Yeah.
Just check out the bone on that.
The bone's phenomenal, but what's the blade for? Is it like a toenail lifter for like torture?
It looks like a blood.
So if you want, one's not enough.
Is it like a twin spade blade so you can do both at once?
I was thinking it was maybe for a medic
So they-
to remove clothing without cutting someone.
So
That is
from
amazing.
what I can gather, these are called ploughman's knives. This is something I need to find out some more information on.
Oh, is it for stripping the wheat? To check
I
if
know.
it's ready? The back of the blade.
It could be.
I really don't know. But also, look at this baby. A farrier's knife.
Awesome.
Ah.
Hoof
Oh,
knife.
yeah. Yeah.
Hoof knife, yeah, for like cutting back the hooves and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
I used to use one of those when I was little to
Yeah.
collect ground nuts.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
that's
got a little
amazing.
notch in there for the hook. And where's the other one?
But you've been collecting for quite a while, haven't you?
Nice
Sean?
old Joseph Rogers. Yeah,
Oh, beauty.
yeah,
Lamb.
picking stuff up as and when.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Love
nice.
that. Really nice lamb splits.
Nice.
Yeah.
Bastards. Still got plenty of snap. There's what? Oh, yes, of course. I've got to show Elan this one.
Yeah. We'll go Schleedy. That's brilliant.
Little Richard. Old Richards.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah,
Guys.
on his, now, this one is a Wolstenholme, and this one's going to Tony.
Do Tony's ponies?
Next week. Yeah. And I know Elan always likes to have a look at the old.
Yeah. I love that one. Yeah, a Trevor Ablett. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely gorgeous. Yeah.
it's a cracker. So yeah, I've got, to be honest, I've got all sorts laid out on this table.
Do you find yourself drawn
I've got some-
to Sheffield knives or just anything, Sean?
I think
Yeah.
Sean's got a great eye, to be honest.
Yeah.
Sheffield predominantly is a llama. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Just about.
Can
Yeah.
work out which way I'm supposed to be going.
Yeah. Yeah, can see it there. How old's that then?
And 2-blade. I've got loads of these sorts of knives.
Yeah.
Where'd you find them,
Absolutely
Sean?
loads of them.
Where'd you buy them normally from shops and stuff?
All over.
All over.
Yeah, antique shops, boot sales, vintage fairs.
You know what I actually love is like we've all shown our what we collect and stuff, and it's all
That's lovely.
different.
Yeah.
And everybody's got their little niche, and it's really fantastic because like if I started wanting to get into something that Mikey, Sean, or Andy has, and they would know about it a lot more than me, and they could share their knowledge with me and that sort of thing. And I get the same amount of kick out of watching them show their knives as I get from having mine, to be honest, because it's just like it's just fantastic. I just think it's fantastic. Just
Where was that?
see what everybody collects. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
gorgeous.
That's the one from Randy.
Hang on. Let me. Whoa, hang on. Let me. I can't keep it up. Show that.
Nice.
That was the one. That was the one that Randy sent me. Well,
Oh,
he
yeah.
sent it over to Florida for me.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
have a bolster as well.
Yeah, it's absolutely lovely.
Yeah, that's nice.
Like that's probably the rarest one I found. I think even compared to the case grip shield I got. So
Yeah, it's awesome.
that one's
Yeah. And Sean, you had one, yeah?
Yeah, this is
Oh,
little mother
Not a
of
bit
pearl
Paddy and Judd.
gentleman's knife. Sorry.
Well, if it's a gentleman's knife, how the hell did you get it?
Is that a button hook on it? What's the hook? Oh,
Button hook. Yes,
Yeah.
a button hook.
geez,
Really?
how old is that one then?
Little corkscrew, little punch.
Yeah.
Looks like 20s or
Yeah.
30s almost, or older.
Yeah. So that must be 19th century.
Yep. So is that?
Early.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, this is where I feel
Yeah,
a
I'm guessing
fraud.
so.
Yeah, I feel a fraud here because I mean the knives that I've got, I've mainly had in the last year since having a channel, and they're more sort of functional EDC type knives, and I think I might try and do what Elan's doing and put a cap on the number of knives I have, but start to up the quality of the ones I want to collect. I mean, I do like Alox knives, I guess. But
I love them. Yeah, I love them.
I'm not really interested in buying like this year's turd color or whatever it was. You know, that horrible diarrhea brown color.
Well, I'm not interested in that Alox either, to be honest. But the other ones are the one in 2020, like Winter Magic 2020, was absolutely gorgeous, and
It was, but I think this is a trouble. I don't really get the fizz over those. I really like something that's practical, but I also feel guilty if I have too many. Oh, that's cool, Sean. Is that like the one you sent to? Was it Griff? That's
It's
such a brilliant
similar.
idea.
This one's just the one I sent to Griff had. So this is a Joseph Westby. And it does say on the smaller one of the pen blades, hand forged.
Yeah. Oh,
It's not going to focus, I don't think, but it does say
no,
hand forged
it has
on there.
now. It's just come in. No,
I love
no
the steel rule on it. Like the steel rule is amazing on it.
yeah, that is that's a fantastic knife. That is. I really like that one.
Yeah,
Actually.
Chesterman.
Yeah.
Yeah, Randy just sent me a message that popped up on my screen, and I can't share it.
You can't share.
No, he. Oh, actually, I can't share it. He said he was going to wear his leather next time.
It weighs about 25 pounds.
Yeah. His mask.
Ah. Okay, that's cool. I just started panicking now. I haven't got a guest for next Sunday actually. So
The day after Sharp Show.
the day after Sharp Show, because I think Slippy and Thrifty were looking for some people to come on and
When we're either going to be really pleased with our purchases, or not, or we might have buyers regret kind of thing. Yeah.
Buyers
See,
are
this is the thing. The knives I bought at Sharp Show last year, I've hardly used. I don't think I've even reviewed them all yet. And
you've been carrying that Taylor's Eyewitness for a month. You got that at Sharp Show.
Yeah, I have. Yeah. So this is the one I've carried the most, and there is something about this I like. So I think I'm almost getting a Sheffield fizz. I'm still waiting to get the fizz for something.
Just you have to dive in. That's the problem.
Yeah,
you have to dive in, and then it'll hit you. It'll hit you. And
Why
you
do you
see it,
Mark? Why do you think that you start to feel a bit guilty about having so many knives?
I don't know. It's because my granddad only had one knife, and I've only ever had maybe one or two knives at a time ever. I've always lost them, or or stuff like that. So I've never had many, and it just seems. I don't know. It just seems a lot to have all of these knives and to not be able to carry them all, or to not be able to put them to use. It feels, I don't know. I don't know if it's my sort of working class background. I mean, I can afford knives. I can afford to buy more knives than I do, but I don't really. I don't know. I don't really get it yet. At some point, I may do. But it just seems a bit wasteful. I mean, I bought, for a video, I bought like, three Olites but I feel if I'm gonna review them on my channel, it feels like they have some purpose. I then need to work out what to do with them when I've finished with that.
Exactly.
The knives I sort of keep because and I guess my not philosophy but strategy was, well, I wanted to have a case, or I wanted to have a I wanted to have a Spyderco. I wanted to have an open out or two, or if I see something that I think is really, really ugly or unusual, like the DIY from Open Out. I thought that was like a bit weird. So I think that sort of driven me into getting knives. But I still haven't quite worked out.
Is there a knife maybe that anybody's shown or that you've seen that has sort of creeped into your mind every once in a while, where you're going, oh, maybe I'd like one of those?
The Ashley Harrisons, maybe.
Yeah, there we go.
I quite like the look of those. To be honest, I'd like to get some Arthur Wright as well. I think because I like the feel of the Taylor's Eyewitness, but the Arthur Wrights look a bit more nicely finished. The ones that I've seen.
This Arthur Wright that just came out on Heine is fantastic value for the money. It really is.
Is that
39?
That's it. It's about It was
39, and it's got the red liners on there for like Heine Haynes. Yeah. It's brilliant value.
And I do like the sheep foot as well.
This is the burlap one, twisted assisted burlap.
Oh, geez, there's too many knives. There's too many knives.
Knife overload.
Yeah.
Join us. Join us.
Yeah, you did enjoy. Have you got a clip?
Join us.
Have you got a clip point Barlow, Mark?
I haven't.
I think
I do like a Barlow. I like the shape of that. I also like the electric.
Dive into Sheffield knives. I'm sure you'll find some at Sharp Show. And you're with the guys. They'll know what to tell you to look for and get you a really nice one and everything.
Ooh. See, I'm not. See, I like.
Yeah, that was nice.
I need to feel it in my hand as well. That's what I'm looking for. I think that's the thing that stopped me buying expensive knives, because I think I want to get my hands on it first.
Yeah, the really nice things on with a stag is, especially with Sheffield stag, is one side's concave, so they'll do it for a left-hander or a right-hander like that, a lot of the time.
I never realised that.
Yeah, so it'll feel really good, and it'll actually feels really good, and you can drop it as well and not worry about it cracking or breaking. Yeah, like that Randy's just showing right now. Do you see the? Yeah, it fits perfectly in your right hand, doesn't it, Randy?
Perfect, 100%.
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely beautiful that one.
Okay.
It feels awesome.
I'm just looking at the time, and I've ignored the chat for ages. So, TK. I mean, I had quite a poor upbringing, TK, and I think some of that stays with me. But yeah, it's. But great to have Stacey in the chat, and hang on, Elan. Let me just check through because I've completely neglected the chat. So
hello, Stacey.
Zen's asking about Sean. I'm not quite sure what it is you actually do, Sean, but it's something to do with film.
Gigolo Zen. He's a gigolo.
Oh, and his OnlyFans, of course.
Yes.
And I'm not Catholic. I was a Protestant. A Protestant.
Prostitute.
In England. I'm now an atheist.
Prostitute.
So,
I'm the prostitute.
Hey, I know a pimp.
Brandy's the pimp. And
yeah.
I have got the Cheese Master. Actually, that was one that I knew I had to have. Actually, after I saw Tony had it.
Yeah,
do you eat a lot of cheese?
I do like a bit of cheese.
This is a knife from a company that I want all the UK guys to get eventually. I think
hang on, let's have a closer
everybody jokes that I'm the French ambassador, but I can stop being the French ambassador when I start seeing that other content creators and other people in the community have bought the knives that I've shown.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is UK legal. For Randall, I'll compare it.
And sorry, which make is this? This is a
Fontenil Pateau.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're as old as Arthur Wright. So you see, yeah, and it's just beautiful.
Is that one with the leaf on the back or the flower or something? Isn't it?
The four-leaf clover, yeah, and the tiger's eye bead, and then. Yeah, and all the Fontenil, every knife from Fontenil Pateau has a blade stop. They design them all with blade stops. So Mikey, go get one.
Unlike my lovely French knife.
Yeah, but that is. Have you put a piece of leather in it, Mikey?
No, I've just sharpened it twice, and it seems to have stopped like the blade wrap there.
Oh, the wood on that is gorgeous. Yeah, I really like the wood on that.
By the way.
That is cool. The wood is nice there.
Yeah, it's pistachio wood.
Pistachio wood.
and Randy, sorry, can we see that again? Because we didn't see it properly. Can you
this is the Kissing Crane stiletto. I'm giving it to Mikey. You got Stag, me in Germany. But
I just want to check.
Yeah, just to answer Sean's question is Sean, it's not a lock. It's just a slip joint. It's not a lock. It's basically like exposing the tip of the spring of a slip joint so you can make a decoration on it. But it's just a slip joint. There's no lock at all. It just
that knife's coming back to Europe, isn't it, Randy?
Oh yeah.
It's
going to
stilettos aren't banned in the UK yet, are they? They're not on the banned list.
No, the automatic ones.
Okay, that's okay.
And then there's something with like a certain age of ones because they're considered antiquities and things as well.
Yeah, right. As we've been looking at some French knives, I think it's time to do the keep, carry, scrap.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
okay.
So I'm looking forward to this.
In honor of Elan, let me just.
Sean said no.
So in honor of Elan, I've gone French for this.
Okay.
Bonjour, Elan.
So bonjour, and sorry, my French is very limited, but so the rules. Just a reminder that you can keep one, and that's a queen that you put away in your drawer that you can't carry. There's one that you will carry that we expect you to carry, and then there's one for you to scrap or give away or sell. But you are not allowed to keep that one. Okay.
Okay.
Are these rules hard and fast?
Yes. They are completely. So there's no getting around them. There's no.
What about bribes? Are you open to bribes?
No. This is it
Oh.
because
Is the Opinel on there?
the fun part. I don't know how anybody
I
else
better not
enjoys
be.
it, but the fun part for me is seeing a bit of dilemma and seeing how it comes out. So
Okay.
Kaelin's been the one who's been most conflicted previously. I think I was a bit easy on him last time, but let's see. So I've given you 3 knives, all from the same makers. They're all hand forged. So the main difference here is in sort of quality and handle material. Okay, Elan. So the first one is, and can you pronounce the
La Guiole on a braque.
on a black, like you
Yeah.
on a brack.
Yeah.
So the first one is polished striped coral, coral tiger. The second one is red molar handle.
Yeah, from a
And
mammoth.
tooth. And the third one is grapevine wood.
I actually don't want the coral one.
Okay.
Because certain ways of how it's sourced and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
It
It is the only thing I've noticed about French knives. They do have some questionable materials.
Well, some of it's fossilized coral, some of it, but not all.
But I noticed they have
always.
various things like giraffe bone and.
Well, giraffes have to be killed in southern Rhodesia countries, basically, where southern Rhodesia used to be, because they've killed the animals that are their prey, and then the giraffes' numbers are too much, and then they eat too much of the leaves on the trees and the vegetation. Yeah, vegetation. So they have to actually kill them legally. And it's the same with in Australia. In Australia, alligators, crocodiles are killed every year in Australia for the same reason. So there's actual sustainably sourced things as well, not just But the mammoth molar probably comes either from Siberia or Alaska, and I've actually been hankering for a red molar mammoth tooth knife, a La Guiole, specifically, not by this maker, but specifically for a very long time. So that would be the keep. I would carry the grapevine because I wouldn't be worried about carrying that at all, and then I'd scrap the coral. But with the La Guiole on a braque, so if you notice, people say that you can identify the maker by the bee. Well, actually, with La Guiole on a braque, it's actually on the spine of the knife, just after the bee, that every maker puts their signature. So if you look carefully, just after the bee, along the spine of the knife, you will have.
It's like that.
Yeah. You will have. That's where the maker actually puts their signature mark, and then you can ask them who made the knife, and that will be the signature that maker puts on every knife. Then that's their specific carving.
You can tell with the knife closed. Even.
Yes. Yeah, you can tell, yeah, because it's along the spine of the blade, not the bee or the file work at the back. And in La Guiole on braque, it takes something like 7 to 10 years to become a master cutler there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So keep the red molar, carry the grapevine, and scrap the coral. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And Mikey, as our other guest.
Exactly the same. I would use that wooden one a lot.
Yeah.
I stick that lovely red molar in the drawer with the rest of the nice knives, and I'd probably give the coral one. I'd probably send it over to Flagstaff.
I'm sure you would actually.
Yeah.
Randy, thanks, Mikey. Randy, what would you pick? Oh, and people in the chat, if you want to put down your choice as well, please do. That's always good. Randy, sorry, what would you pick?
I'd love to carry the red bowler, but I couldn't bring myself to do it, so that would be the keep. And you know, I love wine and I love the grapevine wood, so that'd be my carry. I'd sell the coral because Mikey's going to send me one too.
What a plan! What a plan!
I like your
Perfect.
thinking, Randy. I really like your thinking. And
Damien.
Sean, what's your thinking on this?
Well, Elan's made me feel really bad about the coral, so I can't keep that thing. That's going.
Well, it
Send it to
depends.
Randy.
Sometimes, often it can be
But no,
fossilized
seriously.
coral.
Let's
So,
assume it's fossilized.
Yeah, it's probably fossilized.
coral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, joking aside, I think I would just go with what Elan said as well.
Yeah.
Randy's going to have a cartload of coral. And
I like
I
fossil.
love that wood. That grapevine wood looks cool as a user.
Now,
That was my thinking as well.
Actually,
I don't think I could give that away.
Grapevine wood smells really, really nice as well. It's quite pungent as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's got the knots and the twists and everything in it because over the years, somebody's had to knot and twist it back on itself over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So you have incredible patterns within the wood then.
Yeah, it's cool.
That wasn't a very hard one, that Mark, was it really?
No, I failed. I should have. I just like the look of these, and I just like and what's interesting is that these are all available on Amazon. So
Yeah.
I was quite surprised because you can't get any of these on Amazon UK, but they're all available. So for the Americans here, these are all available on Amazon. I mean, I put a link in with my I put an affiliate link in if anybody's interested in buying them. They are a little bit pricey though.
Okay.
So, do you want to know how much they cost?
Yes, we do.
Shall we have a look?
Yeah. Well, it's hand forged, made with the finest materials. Handmade by one person from start to finish.
Yeah, but Randy's got 17 of them there.
Yeah.
that's like 1,300.
So I mean, what I thought was good was that the mammoth tooth one was cheaper than the case abalone.
Right.
knife.
Yeah.
And I think I'd much rather have this.
100%.
I really like the shape of these.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, I made it too easy, which was a shame. And
It wasn't easy, but I can understand what you mean with different makers. But I think if you would have picked different makers, I think it would have been maybe more difficult for me.
I will do that next time you want it.
Okay.
Or bucks. I'd have probably struggled with bucks.
I can't show Zen's comment. Mrs. C.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. C. Don't make me blush now. Okay.
TK's at being TK and getting stuck on the wood.
Yeah, he knows it.
Chuck had used the molar. Whew, expensive taste. Scrap the wood and keep the coral. Mrs. C would keep the last one. I can put this Zen comment up.
He doesn't understand Welsh either.
No. So Tony's keeping it in the gutter as well. Right. So that was just a bit of fun. I noticed we've been going for over an hour and a half. It just goes so quickly with this.
Yeah.
So it's probably getting near the end. Has anybody got a last knife to show that they'd like to, or
Sure,
are we
we can
knifed
Come
I've
up
got
with
one
something.
made by Lagiola and Brack, actually. No, actually, it's not made by Lagiola and Brack, but they own the.
Hang on, let me get you up in main view.
Let's see if I have it first.
Shall I just show one? Have you got it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is not actually made by Laguiole and Brac, but Laguiole and Brac actually owns the company that makes this knife. They own a number of small cutlery businesses throughout France. So it was sold to them after Guy Vialli passed away. This is a Sauveterre. And it's got, snake wood, amorette wood, and there we go, sage leaf, because that's a sage tree is the emblem of the town.
Right.
Of Sauveterre. And Sauveterre was fantastic edge on that one. It's just, this has got a blade stop as well. So if you want to drop it, there you go, you can drop it.
It's got an end almost like a canoe, hasn't it, to hide the...
Yes, it does, yeah. And that's because it's based off of original Laguioles, which had this blade shape, which were made by Jules Calmel. He was the first person who started making Laguioles in 1830s, beginning of the 1830s. And it's absolutely brilliant. This is one of my favorite blade shapes because it's so slicey. It's ridiculously slicey. Absolutely ridiculously slicey. It's perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a gorgeous. Look at that wood.
Nice bit of wood on there as well.
Yeah, really beautiful. And so it's based on a Isanjo handle. So it looks like a beaked chicken at the back.
Yeah.
Isanjo means 5 cockerels in the dialect of the region. So
And
then
you're being upstaged, by the way, Elan. You're being upstaged by Bear. So.
Yeah, well, Bear's. Is he going to say something to Mikey?
Hello, Bear.
We do it.
Hello, Bear.
What you doing? 5.
Thanks, Randy. Anybody else got a last knife to show? Hang on, Mikey. Let's put you up.
So this is a case back pocket, Tony Bowes. This is one that I picked up in Tony's field when we were in Wales on the camping trip.
Yeah, great pattern, that one. Great pattern.
I absolutely fell in love with this. This was one of the slippies, and I did a quick trade, and I came away with this one.
Who did best out of that trade then, Mike?
Well, Slippy left with an Opinel. Number 2.
Well, I traded a knife that I had 2 of them, so I think we both did well. But it's absolutely
that was a good match.
Awesome case. It's got great fit and finish, sharp as anything. Love it to bits.
Yeah, that's cracking. I like that.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Sean, have you got a last knife to show?
Stand up, Sean.
Sean, show us a knife.
So, nice little Joseph Rogers.
Oh,
yeah.
And this has got the where are we? Can you see the GR?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, so it's an older one. It's only a wee little thing, but it's a nice little knife.
It's got pedigree, hasn't it?
Do you know, I need to get better at this, don't I? Because it's got the Maltese cross and star.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
And
that's a great
plenty of
knife.
snap.
Sean, is that Paddy and Judd beer behind you?
No, not enough belly for them.
Funnily enough,
they're looking too young.
You meant to feed them. You know, when you keep somebody in the basement, you are meant to feed them.
That's Keith. Keith Richards there.
That's Tommy Cooper, isn't it?
He
I
looks
was
Tommy
thinking it was
Cooper.
Tommy Cooper, yeah.
You got,
With
Bottle
the
glass, glass
fez.
bottle, bottle glass, glass bottle. Yeah.
he's looking young. I don't know. Keith Richards is pretty young.
And then is that is it Mother Teresa behind?
He's been
Yeah.
digging up
Yeah,
some corpses,
yeah.
isn't he?
Yeah, she's there. It's been okay.
it's
She looks
Oh.
better than I remember, actually.
That's good. I've just got one
Yeah,
last
she-
knife, which is just one of my French ones, but it does have a B on it. But it was a cheap Jean de Bost, but it does say La Gueule Jean de Bost. So
Yeah, the
it was-
Laguiole name is not trademarked, so anyone can use it.
Yes,
that's-
all the
that's
French
why
makers use it.
Yeah,
But-
so that's
but
why you can find Pakistan and Chinese copies all over the place
okay.
because it's not protected. It's not
But
protected.
this, at least this one's made in France, which is good, and
Yeah.
to my mind, still better than on Open L. So that's I like the handle more. The handle fits really nice. You can actually open the blade. It's got a hole in it and an easy open thing. So anyway,
Yeah.
right. On that note, not the best knife, but I'd just like to say a really big thanks to Elan and Mikey. I'd like to get you back on again at some point.
Thank you. It's been a blast.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
really interesting hearing a bit about your philosophy of collecting as well, which I think is good. So hopefully, a big thank you to people in the chat. So we've still got people with us, which is great. I think we've hit a new record for people on. Great to have Zen and Tony.
Well, I mean, it's not great to have Tony. It's
I wanna
okay
get him on
to
the
have
show.
Tony.
No,
And,
Tony's great. Come on.
Tony's got so
DK's
many
here as
sheds,
well.
though. So many
Tony
sheds.
Tensheds. I think it's Tony Tensheds. Yeah.
Tony the
So great to have everybody here.
I think Sean's still like trying to show us stuff.
He is. I think
it's about 10 minutes
This is
behind him.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised his clothes are still on. To be honest.
He's got that Lincolnshire internet, hasn't he? It's a
Yeah.
little bit slow.
Oh, but look at that blade. Hang on. I can't.
Bring him up. Bring him up. Let's see what he's got.
Yeah.
Pruner.
So this is Tony's. He's asking to see this one, which is on its way to him next week.
I know
next
Tony
Saturday,
does
in
like
fact.
a pruner.
How many knives are you not sending him?
Yeah, thanks, DK.
This
Great
is,
to have
no,
you on the
this is the
show.
one.
Good night, TK.
And but excellent. So I think at least we're ending on a good knife instead of my rubbish one.
Yeah. Could you put can you put a knife in the gob of the pumpkin?
There's no way we could end on that knife,
Sean.
Mark. That was awful, that one.
How about
On my one.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
mine's
your one.
Oh, right. So so we moved on to fossils and and that's
Yes, it was a fun show, guys. Thank you all for showing up.
Yeah, it's great. And of course, I thanked everybody else. And of course, big thanks to Sean and Randy, my regulars. So I think
Regular
hopefully
Randy.
we'll always have Randy and or Sean on the show. So thanks for everybody. Thanks for the trilobite. Well spotted, Griff. Thanks for everybody in the chat. We'll end it there. We'll be back the same time next week. It might be a different time in the US because I think the US clocks are changing. So it might be back to 3:30. I'll have to check.
Are they a week or 2 weeks behind us, aren't they? I think.
Oh, at least.
Yeah.
So So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, thanks for everybody. I'll see you on the Discord. And if you guys can stay on, we'll have a quick chat. So which is always good. Thanks everyone. Thanks. Bye.
That's right.
After show party. Come on. Yeah.
After party.